What's up, people? How y'all doing? I want to introduce myself. This is Marley Marr, and it's my new podcast, In the Car with Marley Marr. And yes, I'm gonna have to put my glasses on because I need them, and that's what the law says. So until I get a better camera, this is what y'all gonna get with the glare and things like that. Sorry about that. Anyway, just wanted to introduce you to my new podcast. It's just a driving, educational slash entertainment slash I'm a rant for a second kind of thing. But I do want to give you some serious safety tips about driving and my perspective on a couple of things. But a lot of it actually comes from the DMV from every state. Just want to throw that in there. Just let you know I ain't lying. Give you a little history on each sign. So the first sign we're going to talk about today, and this is why I wore the color red. Can you guess it? Can you guess what sign we're talking about? Yes, it's the damn stop sign. And I know what you're thinking. What is so important? We know to stop. No, half of y'all don't stop when it's time to stop. You see the stop sign coming from a mile away. Matter of fact, they give you a sign to let you know that there's a stop sign coming, and you still don't stop. So let's take a moment. I'm gonna give you some brief history on the stop sign because it's kind of colorful, pardon the pun, and it's very it's life lessonish, if I can say that. Let me go and say that. Life lessonish. That's my shit. I'm gonna say that. So sit back, stay buckled up, and let's drive into it. Y'all ready? Here we go. All right, so let's give you a brief history of the stop sign. It's got a little crazy history to it as well. So as it goes, and I found most of this on Google. I'll give you all the sites and the references later. In 1914, Harold Jackson, and I believe it was a brother, I really do, because he was a sergeant on the Detroit, Michigan Police Force. And so, automobiles had just started around and people were trying to figure out what to do. You had horse carts and buggies and things like that going around. And, they were intersections. People were going through and things like that. It was like a madhouse. Seriously. So, and I'm guessing the brother, Harold said to himself, say, man, look here, y'all ain't finna hit me. Bump that. So he created a stop sign. He had a little plank with white paint on the back of it, and he wrote "stop" in black letters. Now this helped out, of course, until the introduction of the street light, which was created by a brother. We'll talk about that later. But 1915, this was helping the sergeant with traffic. So it stopped all the chaos and things like that. But again, it was written on a it was written on a board. You know what I mean? And it was in black letters on white. You couldn't see that at night, but not really. Not until you got it right up on there and you stopped on the wrong way. And so in about 1922, they decided, okay, let's change this. So it was a octagon that was given the shape for it. And the background color was yellow in black letters. It was good. I mean, it was still good. I mean, it was a lot better because you could see it a little bit better at night. However, it just wasn't getting people's attention because it almost looked like a yield sign. So, 1954, they decided, I'll bump this shit. We need something hard. We need something red. And the reason why they chose the color red was because red is universal as far as stop, as in the damn sign. It also grabs your attention. Red usually means danger. Red means just don't do it. And it gets your attention really quick. Because you can see red from a long distance. And you're like, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I shouldn't do it. So anyway, 1954, they had the octagon shape. They had the red sign. They said, okay, well, we're going to change the letter coloring too. So they changed the lettering to white. So it would show up at night and be reflective. Then they started adding reflective pieces of glass inside the paint so that it would show off from the headlights at night so you could not miss it. Even though half of y'all do, but you couldn't miss it at all. And so as time progressed, it was adopted in several different countries. So even if you go overseas, it's almost a universal octagon shape and stop in whatever language the country that you're in. And so saying that is just another reason why there should be no problems with people stopping at a stop sign. But that's just a brief history. Now, I will tell you some things that piss me off about people at stop signs, okay? First, people who don't stop at the stop signs. Do you know how many people you could kill doing that? That's dumb. It is a rule. Just like when you tell your kids to stop, you tell people to stop touching you, tell people to stop embarrassing you or stop doing something to you. Stop. It's a rule. The word means do not progress. Do not move forward. Stop. These people who don't stop at these stop signs piss me off because, one, you're endangering my life. Second of all, you're endangering kids who might be around there. Shit, you might hit a squirrel. I'm just saying. Don't do a California roll. I'm sorry, California, y'all are known for this shit. Do not do the California roll. That is what they call, one, a slow turn on pavement, which is an acronym. I hate acronyms. God, I hate acronyms. But you see, you know what it is. It's when a person gets close to that sign, they start driving and they get close to the stop sign. They looking around like this, and then they don't see nobody, no cop, no stop. Don't do that. They don't see no cars, they don't see nothing, so they just gone and go. You know what I mean? That's dumb. Don't do that. Damn. Because what if a car is coming from the opposite direction and turning? What if a car is coming from your left or from your right and coming through the opposite? What if they do the same thing you do and they don't stop? Then what? And then what? You're in a car wreck. You may be dead. You may have killed somebody. You damn sure won't have your car no more. So, again, those are people that piss me off. Now, the other people that make me mad at a stop sign are the people who get to the stop sign. First of all, I love the fact that they stop. They stop. I just put my car in gear. I stopped. But they'll stop and they'll sit there and then they'll get on their phones and be sitting there for about a minute or two. Meanwhile, I'm behind them. Bro, if you don't go. And then they turn around like, look, sorry. No. If you have life decisions to make, if you have a thought of, did I leave my iron on? Did I drop the kids off at the right school? If you got to have a discussion like that, pull off the road into a parking spot, go think. Yes, stop, then go think. The other people that make me mad at stop signs are the people behind me that get mad at me because I stopped. So, really? So you mad because I obeyed the law? How the hell are you going to be mad at me because I obeyed the law? Really? So I'm stopping, looking all around me just to make sure I don't hit Scruffy the dog that's coming down, or anybody else walking. I don't want to hit Becky because Becky and Karen, they act a fool. So I want to make sure that I'm safe. Make sure everybody. I'm not at a stop sign no longer than 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Count it if you ain't got shit to do. But it could save your life. So again, don't get behind me honking your horn. I'm going to stop at the stop sign. I'm going to follow the rules because I can't have this podcast telling you to follow the rules and I don't follow the rules. Come on, man. Really? Come on. Last but not least are those people who just stupid at the stop sign. Don't make a right turn by swerving around the stop sign. Don't sit there being nice to everybody. Come on. There you go. No, you go. If you don't drive your damn car, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, those are just things that irk me. That's why I had to stop and think about it for a second. But I did stop. Okay, so some of the things that do piss me off at the stop signs though, and I'm not trying to judge anybody, and I'm actually confessing what I used to do, because I don't do it no more. Because how am I going to tell you how to drive and I'm being a hypocrite about it? Come on now. I'm not going to do that to you. Marlon Marr is not going to do that to you. But here's the rules as far as stopping at a stop sign. Real easy. So, say you're on a two-way street, and you stop at a stop sign. Okay? So once you come to a complete stop behind the line, right behind the stop sign. Once you stop, take a look to your left. Take a look to your right. Take a look in front of you. Take a look to your left. Take another look to your right. In other words, your head should be constantly moving to check everything out. Just like this. Just constantly moving. Because you don't know if there's somebody walking, a pedestrian coming through there. Maybe there's an animal running down the street. Maybe there's a fool that's not going to stop at his stop sign. So you got to be prepared for this, which is what the stop sign gives you. It gives you a chance to assess the situation. And so once you stop, say you're on a two-way street and you come to a stop, the rule of thumb is this. Whoever got to the stop sign first is the first to go. Now say you get to a stop sign where there's a four-way stop. The rule of thumb is this. Person on the right goes first. It's a counterclockwise motion. Most people don't understand this, and so when you get to the stop sign, everybody's trying to just stop and see who's going to go first. If you remember this, you won't have any problems and you won't be stuck doing this over here. I hate that. Learn when it's your time to go. So again, you get to this four-way stop. Say you get there at the same time. Everybody gets there at the same time. Literally, it will never happen, but everybody gets to the stop sign at the same time. So to your right, as you're looking around, if you can motion if you want to, I guess. But the first person that goes is the next person to their right that needs to go. That's how the rule is. It goes counterclockwise. Remember that. Counterclockwise. Say it again. Counterclockwise. All right? You may have different stop signs that you come in contact with. So a lot of times when you're in school zones, you have the crosswalk, the crossing guards who carry a stop sign. Please stop. Don't hit the kids. Damn. So first of all, in the school zone, you're going 20. You should be anyway, or even lower. As you come up to the stop sign, stop. Make sure you're behind the line of the crosswalk. So that gives ample room for the kids to go through. You always got a stray that's going to run any kind of crooked way. That's where kids are. But you want to make sure that you're stopping so that you give that ample time for the kids to get across and for the crossing walk to get over there safely as well. The next stop sign that you would incur is in a construction site. Now, there are times when you have construction workers who hold a slow and a stop sign. They basically flip them around. When you get to that stop sign, you have to stop because you don't know what construction is going on out there. Again, it gives you a second or two to assess the situation. Stop, look around. Let me start over. Stop because you're following directions, and then look around. The construction worker will give you time to go at the right time. He will gradually, once everything is clear on their end, they will change it from stop to slow so you can go ahead and go around. Again, the main thing to get from this is at a stop sign, stop. It's not that hard. It really is not that hard. Thought about how I could make this into, say, a life lesson. Don't get me wrong, I ain't trying to preach to nobody, because usually when I'm talking to folks, I'm talking to myself too. I actually talk to myself because I'm the only one that listens half the time. Anyway, let's take the stop sign this way. Maybe you are in a shaky relationship. Maybe you are trying to figure out where you need to go on your job. Maybe you're trying to just get yourself in a better place. Maybe you got some crazy ass kids that you don't know what to do with. Because one of the things that we constantly do is we go. We're always moving. Society has made that one of the things that we do. And so what we really and truly need to do, when you get to that stop sign, I want you to think about it like this. With all this hustle and bustle, with everything that's going on with you, and you don't know what to do, sometimes you don't know how to make it, how to do this, that, and the other. Just stop. Just stop. Clear your mind. Assess the situation. Is it as bad as I think it is? What can I do to change it? Should I move forward in this direction? Should I go this direction? Should I leave this relationship? Should I stay? Should I stay at the job? Should I move on? Should I discipline the kids this way? Should I go in and help them a little bit differently? Once you stop and clear your mind, once you stop and let all the noise go, you'll be able to assess the situation. You'll be able to tell which direction you need to go. Stop sign's not to tell you which direction, but it's to give you a chance to actually think. A lot of us don't ever take that time because we're so busy with everything in society. We're busy doing this, we're busy doing that. We're just constantly moving. Take a moment. Take 2 moments and stop. Just stop for a second. Assess your situation and then proceed. That's all. That's about the most profound thing I can get from the stop sign. So take it or leave it. Anyway, there it is. All right, so we've discussed the history. We've discussed what you really need to do when you're driving and the safety components to it. Again, just for a follow-up, stop behind the line, behind the sign. The first person who gets to the sign gets to go. Stop completely. All right? And again, take that life lesson of being able to stop and assess the situation. Because that's what the sign is there for. Take that not only on the road with you, take it in life. But all right, on the next podcast, I think we're going to tackle the yield sign because that's It's the closest to stop. Why not? But until then, stop at the damn stop sign. Do the right thing. No California roads. No slow turns on pavement. Be safe out there. Drive right. Drive safe.